Hi everyone. My name is Camille Friola and my topic is all about desserts. Do you have idea po about dessert? If you don't have, try to listen to my discussion. What is dessert? Dessert is usually sweet course or dish. It's exemplified by pastry or ice cream. Usually served at the end of a meal. Yung dessert po is a course that concludes meal. Usually po yung evening meal natin. Yung dessert po is usually po consist po siya with sweet foods or yung mga matatamis po na pagkain. Like for example po yung confectious dishes or fruit. And yung dessert po have wide variety, especially in the Western culture. It includes cakes, cookies, biscuits, gelatines, pastries, ice creams, pies, puddings, and candies. So, there are 7 classifications of dessert, and those are fruits, cheese, gelatin dessert, custards, puddings, fruit cobblers, and frozen dessert. The first classification po is the fruits. Fruits is the simplest dessert and one of the best desserts. Yung fruits po is considered po siya as the simplest and one of the best dessert po because they are nutritious, appetizing, and easy to prepare and serve. There are three characteristic of a good fruit dessert. Number one po is the appetizing aroma. Parang naamoy mo pa lang yung dessert na yun is gusto mo nang kumain. Simple. Parang yung dessert na po yun is yung plating po niya is more on simplicity siya and is slightly chilled. The next classification is the cheese. Cheese is another excellent dessert that is ready to serve and it is made in all part of the world. Yung cheese po is very much popular all over the world wherein kahit saan parte ng mundo is mayroong cheese. Yung variety po ng cheese is mostly galing siya sa milk ng cow, goat, and even sa sheep wherein cheese po differs depending on the kind of milk na ginamit siya during sa pag-process nito and the kind of cheese making procedures, yung seasonings niya, and even po yung ripening process can also distinguish its variety. And yung cheese po has three general types based on the consistency. The first po is the soft, second is the semi-hard, and the third one is the hard. The third classification of dessert is the gelatin dessert. Gelatin dessert, these are easily prepared, economical, and vary in many ways. Yung gelatin po is pwede siyang mabili sa supermarket po in two forms. Una, by unsweetened and granular type. Yung granular type po is kailangan muna siya i-soften or ihalo po sa tubig bago siya gamitin. And yung first gelatin po to which flavor, and yung fruit gelatin po to which flavor, color, and sugar have already been added. The next classification po is the custard. Custard, baked and soft custards vary in many ways. Creamy, delicate, baked custards may be served in their baking cups or may be unmolded and served with fruit garnishes or with dessert sauces. Yung custard po is a variety of preparation based on sweetened milk, cheese, or cream cooked with egg on or egg yolk po para matiken ito. And sometimes po may flour, cornstarch at gelatin din siya. Yung cornstarch po is nakadepende po siya sa recipe na sinusunod ninyo. Dun magbavary yung consistency niya sa kung anong prefer ng recipe. So, yung custard po have thin pouring sauce to thick pastry cream. So, mostly po yung custard po is, yung base niya is milk solids and starch. So, the next po is the pudding. So, puddings are relatively simple to prepare and vary with success. So, yung pudding po is type of food siya that can be either a dessert or been a savory dish which is part po siya ng main meal. So, pudding po is made simply of milk and cream and thickened po siya by a brief bath of cooking on the oven. So, yung pudding po have four major types, which is the boiled, baked, steamed, and chilled puddings. So, yung pudding po are likely to be eaten hot at a main meal. Cakes so are more likely to be eaten cold with a lighter meal. So, for example po, yung cake and pudding po mixes may be similar like the Christmas cake po, parang pudding siya, pero with less fat content. And yung cake type po may be baked in several as a dessert. So, in short po, yung kung mapapansin nyo sa picture, parang almost the same siya with the cake. So, yung pudding po at saka yung cake po is hindi po siya magkaparehas. Although, there are similar ingredients po na ginamit between the pudding and the cake, pero differ po sila sa isa't isa. So, the next classification of dessert is the fruit cobblers. So, these are not fruit pies. They have a depth of 2 or 3 inches and are topped with biscuits dough rather than being made with pie crust. So, yung fruit cobblers po is dessert po siya consisting of a fruit or savory filling poured into a large baking dish and covered with a butter. So, with a butter, biscuits, or even dumplings. So, yung ibang recipe po ng cobblers, especially sa South America, is mayroon po siyang thick na crust and deep dish pie with both a top and the bottom crust. So, yung best fruit po para gawing cobblers is the peach po because it is a good source of fiber, vitamin A, and even po ng potassium. Last but definitely po not the least na classification ng dessert is the frozen dessert. So, smooth frozen mixtures of milk, cream, sugar, flavorings, and sometimes eggs. So, yung frozen dessert po is a dessert siya which is made by freezing liquids, semi-solids, and sometimes even solids. So, yung most common na frozen dessert po is yung ice cream na kahit saan na kayo bumili is makakabili kayo. So, the next topic po is the sample questions. So, yung mga sample questions po na naririto sa topic ko is related po siya sa dessert. So, the number one question is, what is the purpose of dessert? So, as sa sarili mo, natanong mo na ba kung ano ba talaga yung purpose ng dessert or kung bakit tayo kumakain ito or kain lang kayo ng kain? So, yung purpose po, so to answer the questions, yung purpose po ng dessert is yung presence po ng menu makes us all feel satisfied after a meal pag may nakikita tayong na dessert sa menu. So, parang nasasatisfied tayo after nating kumain. And it compensates for low blood sugar. And another factor po is the desire to improve the mood by ingesting sugar. So, yung mga sweet is na kasi can increase the production of what we so call the hormones of happiness. Parang after we eat dessert, parang mas gumagaan yung pakiramdam natin or parang mas masaya. Next is why is it called dessert? So the word dessert po kasi, which is the participle of the French div with the French desservoir, which means po is to clear the table. So yung word na dessert po is first written po siya in 1539. So the next question po is why do we eat sweet after a meal? So do you ever ask yourself kung bakit ba ako kumakain ng matatamis after kumain ng main meal? So yung sagot po is the sweet po that acts quickly on the taste buds and saliva. Eating the sweet item first enables the flow of digestive secretions. So as the saying goes on po, if you eat sweets at the end of meals, you are slowing down your digestion. So commonly po we eat desserts after meal is to the primary reason po is to slow down the digestions. The last question po is what was the first dessert? So, na-imagine nyo ba kung ano talaga yung unang dessert na kinain ng tao? So, yung sagot po is, the custard po is known to be one of the first dessert ever eaten in the Middle Ages. So, yung first dessert po na na-record is, ng historian is yung custard po na kinain po siya during the Middle Ages. So, after the next few years po, na-reported din yung research na yung pangalawang dessert na na-record is yung apple pies in 1381 and gingerbread also in 1400. So, not until the 17th century po, desserts were meshed together with savory dishes. So, because of the Because na rin po siguro na sa tulong ng mga new technologies na ginagamit ng mga bakers nowadays, nakakapag-produce na tayo ngayon ng iba't ibang klase ng desserts wherein parang yung kulang na lang is yung pera para matikman natin lahat ng desserts na na-introduce in the market. So that's all about my topic. I hope that you've learned something. Bye!